Hi, Archisha. A very warm welcome on our podcast, wherein we genuinely help HR professionals to reach a certain level where you have reached today after working for 8 years into HR industry. So, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Niyar. Thank you for introducing me and giving me this opportunity to have a podcast with you. Yeah,
Great.
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm extremely great. So, as you know, that this podcast is all about passing on the right knowledge to people who want to build career into HR. So we
Right.
will start with, without wasting any time, we will start with very basics. So we will cover a little bit about your childhood. So could you tell me about your childhood, like which school did you go to, or what subjects interest you at that point of time? How are you as a child at that point of time?
Okay. So I studied like I had my two parts of my schooling. From first to fifth, I was staying in Chembur.
Mm-hmm.
My school name was Saraswati Vidyalaya. And from secondary, I would say my primary was in Chembur and my secondary was in St. Xavier's High School, Mira Road.
Okay.
So yeah, and I was from a state board. And to talk about my, study related discussion, I wouldn't say that I was a very studious child, ranking, first ranker student or something. Maybe I would say that I was a backbencher.
Okay.
Yeah, and but yes, I would say I was a very hard worker
Mm-hmm.
to achieve something, like, to get into that 70% of 70% race. I was always running towards that, and I should get that and achieve that particular person, though I scored around 66% at that time. But yes, it was like, I would say I would just have done my hard work to complete my 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have done my 12th from, of course, again here in State Board. And graduation again in State Board. And, I did my graduation in BCom. So
Okay.
at that time when I was studying about, commerce industry, how things works and everything,
Mm-hmm.
yes, at that time we had a subject of HR, one subject at one particular year.
Mm-hmm.
That time I actually had a research and everything that interested me a lot about how the HR talks. At that time we used to get a subject like used to get a topic like human behavior,
Correct.
how the
I
HR,
remember.
yeah, how the HR world works, how what are the things which HR do and everything.
Mm.
Basic understanding we get on the in the graduation time for sure.
Correct. Correct.
So that interested me, and without telling my parents that I am want to do something in HR, what I
Mm.
did is I, like, it was my final year examination was there in the 10th of April, and 1st of April was the CET entrance. I
Okay.
did not inform my parents. I took a pocket money from, I used to get a pocket money. I saved that pocket money, and I, and got the entrance, what is it, the ticket and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and gave my test, and I scored well enough, and then I did my masters in human resource. That's how. And of course my father has his own business in the business, and he has his own company. I
Mm-hmm.
used to then talk with that company's HR and understand how it is going to, the HR works and everything. And then
Okay.
I thought that it aligns with my career goals, and what I am like,
Mm-hmm.
what are my capabilities, what are my skills to do.
Mm-hmm.
And again I did my masters in Durga Devi Saraf, and it's in Malad. And yeah, and that college gave me a full confidence of, I can be a better HR. That
Okay.
college and my professor, of course, she gave me a full confidence that I can be a better HR. I can create a good value in the organization and
Correct.
excel in this.
Correct. So during your childhood or whenever you were studying in college or something like that, did you were you a people person? Like you used
I
to very
am a people person from my childhood.
okay. So you
Like,
knew that okay, you can do something with people or there
yeah,
might
yeah,
be
yeah.
connected
Like,
a lot of people.
people do tell me, it's not professionally, personally also people feel that I'm a people person. Like,
Correct.
they tend to connect with me soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
tell us about your first job. Like how did you figure out, or how did you find your first job? And when you were searching for a job, what were the things which you were looking for in a job? Because nowadays, what trend we usually see on LinkedIn or on job posting websites, anybody sees any random job posting, people like to just hit on that apply button, right? And
Yeah.
whatever opportunity they get, they probably go for an interview, or without any research, they join a company, and after 6 months they figure out, okay, this is not the right choice. I'm not saying that making a wrong choice would be a wrong thing, because we at the end of it, we all are humans and we tend to make mistakes. But then
Right.
if it's a well researched mistake, then I think it makes more sense. So when you are looking at a first job, what were the things which you're looking for in a company or in a role?
See, well, while I got my first job through my college placements,
Correct.
and I was very clear. I did not go for 100 of interviews. I just took
Hmm.
5 companies which came into my college, and I
Correct.
was very clear that I wouldn't say that I don't wanted to do the recruitment part, but the HR VP role, the HR generalist role interested me a lot. So I
Mhm.
was like, I want to go towards that direction. So wherever that particular role used to come, I used to apply. Of course, I wouldn't say that very first company I went and I got cleared. No, of course not.
Correct.
It also took me a time to understand that, okay, what is HRBP and how does the interview goes, what the questions have been asked during that particular, as a fresher also, what are the questions they ask.
Correct.
And my first job I cracked in teleperformance. It's
Mhm.
a BPO company where I worked as an HR BP,
Mhm.
handling single-handedly. I had my managers though, 2 managers, but we used to get assigned with 500, 600 employees. I used to get assigned. I had a responsibility of managing the attrition. There's no retention. There's no major employee grievances which has been coming into the notice. This was what I was handling as at my first job.
Okay.
Excited me, and this gave me the opportunity to grow, of course, and understand what other things comes into the picture as an HRBP.
Correct. So if somebody wants to start their journey into HR field, what are the kind of in HR industry, what are the kind of fields which are available according to you?
See, very first thing is, when I talk to new generation, the very first thing I ask is, why do you want to do HR? You know,
Correct.
the basic, sometimes very fun answer it comes into my mind, like when they say is like, uh, see, I cannot do finance, I cannot do marketing, I cannot do sales, I cannot do operations, hence I chose HR. No, it doesn't work like that. Very
Correct.
first thing is, in HR you have to do all the 4 things. You have to handle the operations part, you have to handle the finance as per the with the payroll and everything, the finance control of the uh, company as per HR perspective.
Mhm.
Market sales is like, you're actually pitching your company to a
Company. To a good
candidate.
employee. Yeah.
You should have all the skills to get into the HR. So very first thing is that. And then of course now, while I was pursuing HR, there were very basic 4 things, which was payroll, compliances, recruitment, and HRBP. Now as the world is growing, even HR is growing. Like, there are HR analytics, there are HR,
Mm.
there are training modules, trainers which are coming into new, as a new career thing. Like, you
Mm.
should be like a trainer, you should be into the L&D part.
Mm.
uh, I'm self, I'm a post trainer. You should get
Correct.
certified as a post trainer, and you should do that career. There are a lot of careers which are coming, and you can grow in that perspective.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how it is working right now. Now in the current trend, if you see, you cannot say that I cannot work with data. You have to. Like,
Correct.
that is all about data.
Other thing which I usually don't like, I mean, I am against this concept of whoever is looking for a job into HR, they always ask me that, okay, is this a work from home opportunity? Now, I might have a different perspective, but this is what I feel. As an HR manager, it could be a recruiter, HR VP, or whatever it is. You are at the end of the day, you are dealing with multiple people. So according
Right.
to me, it is extremely important for you to be in the office, not saying that okay, you have to work 5 days from office, but at least I think companies would have hybrid models wherein 3 days you'll have to go to office, 2 days you can take a work from home or
So
something like that.
yeah.
Now, a lot of people they ask me this question that okay, is it 100% work from home because we cannot go to office and work? So, what is your perspective about work from home, 100% work from home opportunity into HR field specifically?
So in my, I would say in my second job, I joined in 2019, and 2020 we got hit by COVID. Okay.
Correct, correct,
Yeah, it made us learn that okay, the work cannot be done only in office. Yeah, it can be done from home also. But
correct,
there was a major problem which as an HR I faced is was employee connect. How am I going to connect with my employees? How it's a very there were a lot of limitations. Well, while I am working from home, but I have to do my work, I have to do my professional work. Since I'm at home, I have to see my personal things also.
mm,
It
mm,
becomes very difficult for an employee also to give that time to an HR also, that hey, I want to talk to you. No, it becomes very difficult.
correct.
Now, the other company my previous company which I worked in Data Sutram,
Mhm.
we I was working from office. There was we had worked. But the company is fully office working based company. Now slowly, when of course when the world is growing, you cannot sit at home and say, hey, I want to grow. That's
Exactly my point.
yeah, that it should be like I want to hustle, I want to work, I want to go, I want to meet people, I want to meet founders, I want to meet several other people who are achieving a lot of things in their life.
Correct,
Go meet them. You have opportunities now, like go in some events, go into your office. There are a lot of people who are very much talented. Just meet them. You'll get a lot of understanding about it. Today when I see myself, I as an HR, if I see now, I when I worked into the automation part, I actually learned it from the engineers. How
correct.
it works, how I need to understand, right? Now I'll sit and chat with ChatGPT.
Hmm.
ChatGPT will also give me limited information.
Correct. The information which you get from a real human, probably that is
Yeah,
not possible to get it.
ChatGPT will give me the code. Now, who will tell me that where should I write that code?
Correct,
So, if I'm sitting beside any one of the engineer, he'll just make me understand that work will be done in a minute.
correct.
So, yeah, that's how it works. Everything has a pros and cons.
Okay.
When remote and the hybrid model, or remote and the work from office model.
Correct, correct, correct. Now, a very important question when it comes to recruitment. Now, this is not only limited to HR people, any individual, right? It could be any graduate, a BCom graduate who wants to build a career into accounting field, a coder, a engineer who wants to go into coding and stuff like that. So, when a fresher candidate is applying for a job, you as an HR manager, what are the kind of qualities which you actually look for in a candidate when you are hiring a fresher? I'm not talking about the experienced candidate because, of course, experienced candidate you will be looking at certain criteria like he should know this language, he should know this particular
Yeah,
technology.
I understand.
But then when you are hiring a fresher is somebody who does not. I mean, he knows everything, a little of everything, but is not master of anything. So, what are the kind of qualities which you look for in a fresher candidate when he's applying for a job into the organization?
See, as a fresher, I am at that point of part of pool of HR where
Mhm.
I just see what is the enthusiasm of that particular employee is, or candidate is.
Okay.
What is his career goal? The very second thing. If
Mhm.
today, if I'm having, for example, if you, as you said, for an account, if I
Mhm.
ask a account candidate that, hey, what is your career goal, or what, I wouldn't ask, what is your, what are you dreaming after 5 years? No, I'm just
Mhm.
asking, what do you want to become? Maybe a finance controller, or maybe, but if that person doesn't have a clear answer,
Mhm.
how will I take him to my company and make him sit somewhere where he's not clear, in which section of finance he wants to work on? You know,
Correct.
that's how. Like for the new generation who are fresher, I just have advice that be clear on what do you want. Today's world is like, if you are clear, you will get it. If you are confident on what you can do it,
Mhm.
some or the other day you will get it, and you'll get the best out of it.
Okay, got it. Another question which I have about this Gen Z generation, which is coming into workforce nowadays. So we get to see a lot of memes, or we get to see a lot of LinkedIn posts saying that, okay, you shouted at me in the meeting, so I'm quitting this job, or on a very small issue, these people are quitting their jobs and stuff like that. You as an HR manager, what is the real insight? Like when you are working with the Gen Z generation, what is your experience working with them? Is it actually how it is they are trying to portray on social media, or is this something else?
No, I wouldn't say like that. See, when the world is growing, even new generations are giving us a lot of opportunity to learn from them. Okay. Now today, if Gen Z is saying, "Hey, I did not like you shouting at me,
Hmm.
and I'm leaving the job," you just say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I shouted at you. I should have shouted. I should have taken this situation calmly, and maybe this situation can be treated differently." That candidate will not go. That employee will not go because that employee is not willing to go. That employee is just saying, "Hey, you did a wrong thing to me." I'm just talking as per HR perspective.
Hmm.
If at all it's not at all manager's mistake and then employee is saying that, "Hey, no, I did not like it, I did not did that," no, then a manager has a full authority, full responsibility of saying, "Hey, this is how it works. If you're not understanding your point, let's talk separately and I'll make you understand why is it not working, what is the problem and everything. Let's have that discussion." I
Correct.
would say that today's generation, Gen Z people, are giving us a lot of insight on how we can change ourselves. But
So,
just advice to Gen Z also that, okay, while we are changing ourselves, then even
you
you,
also have to come a little bit forward.
yeah, it's how our parent and child relation is. Like, even our parents are changing for ourselves, and we should give them that opportunity and have that patience that, okay, they are going to change for us. How it
Correct.
works.
Correct. So usually in companies, when we are working with traditional companies, there are wide range of people who are working, right? So you will have people whose age is approximately 55, 60. There are people who are going to be just 20, 22 people, 22 years, right? And as you know that this AI is changing the world we are working. So even in our company, we deploy a lot of technology based solutions.
Okay.
How important it is for somebody who's experienced, right, to adapt the new technology and accept it that, okay, technology can do much better job. So for example, today in recruitment, we use something called calling bots. So they make normal phone calls, they figure out the basic details of the candidate, and then probably the real human takes care of those things.
Yeah.
Or there are also this video interview technology which is available, wherein a candidate who can just give the interview to an AI, and AI will assist the entire process. Now, as an HR manager, somebody who has been working since past 20 years, he's not ready to accept if he comes and says that, okay, uh, we cannot rely on technology so much, or something like that. What would be your take on that? Like, how would you take that as a statement?
See, I wouldn't again just make them. Let's talk. When I get this situation, I just tell
Mhm.
them, let's talk in data.
Hmm.
Okay. While I, as an HR recruiter, is taking an interviews and sourcing a candidate and taking an interview, it is taking my whole lot of time.
Correct.
While it is been done by AI, what's the problem? Now you can say me that, hey, through AI, there were good potential candidates got rejected. I
Hmm.
understand that it happens because
Right.
we just have coded something that, okay, that candidate should say a word good. If that candidate doesn't say a word good, then that happens, that candidate gets rejected. I understand that we can take it separately, but your major task of sourcing a candidate, understanding what is his basic information is gone. Like, you have a lot of time to again understand how to resolve the issue of that particular problem where AI is actually rejecting a good, but the candidate who said good, you know you
Correct.
have that problem in your bucket, and it is a very interesting problem. If you solve that problem, As an HR, you will be a great HR then. As an HR recruiter, you will be in a great position to say that, hey, my AI system is not just only getting a good, they are getting a best candidate out of it.
Correct.
Okay.
Very, very good approach towards adapting a technology.
Yeah.
So, in the company, as an HR manager, when you're working with multiple companies, you must have worked with, I think, 3 or 4 companies till now. What are the kind of technologies the companies use which you like the most? Like, what is your favorite technology? Where
Technology in the terms of which technologies are you talking about?
I'm talking about, either it could be HR CRM, or you will have application tracking system, or the
See,
kind of.
so wherever I have worked in HR, ATS, we have only created our ATS
Okay.
through
So
Airtel.
it's more of a custom made ATS which you have
System,
always created.
the requirement as we have. There are, I would say, in HR field who are going, looking for a business, they should
Mhm.
look into a business where they are getting a perfect ATS system, perfect HRMS software. There are a lot of flaws, and
Mhm.
I am, as a side time hustle, I'm actually researching on that. I'm actually researching. My future goal is like, get a perfect ATS tool and get a perfect HRMS software. Of course, it might have, a lot of things to work on,
Mhm.
but yeah, like I've seen, like in the ATS tool, if one ATS tool has a feature of sharing an offer letter, but doesn't have the feature of sharing a offer letter, appointment letter, and a NDA letter.
Okay,
But
got
my
it.
company requires that. Now that ATS tool does not have it, or maybe my HR recruiter has a requirement of, uh, getting the scheduling things done automatically or something like that. Some of the ATS tools are not having that.
Correct.
If yeah,
Have you
that
ever, as you come from a business background, I think you very well said in the beginning that your father is into business, right? So you have that business mentality in your house. So you never thought of starting something of your own into HR field?
that's what I said. Like I'm actually researching. I'm
Mhm.
researching on the, getting a business, getting into a business
Okay.
where, but before getting into a business, I should do my research. I should, get capable of that particular thing. Like, what are the ATS things? My future goal is that, make a perfect ATS and then make a perfect HRMS software,
Correct.
especially for the startup companies where, because I've seen that, then again, there's a problem that there are a lot of HRMS software, there are a lot of ATS tools who does not cater to startup companies.
Mm.
They need 200, 300, 500 account of employees to work with.
Correct.
I want to be in that particular niche market, and I'm
Mhm.
actually working on it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Coming back to entrepreneurship, there are a lot of HR managers who work for like say 2 years, 3 years, and they start their own recruitment agency. So during your journey of HR, in any of your companies, have you hired people through a recruitment agency?
Yeah, it's in all of my companies. We
In
have recruitment agencies. We work.
recruitment agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So when an individual is starting their own recruitment agency, you as an HR manager, what are the kind of qualities which you look for in a particular recruitment agency, right?
I
Because
don't look for a particular quality. What I look is what is the different thing you are giving. Okay.
okay. Hmm.
But today, it got interested in me a lot when you said that your company has a bot tool, no? And
Correct.
yeah, that makes me interested, feel interested. Okay, what is this company doing separately to get a candidate, to get a good candidate? Okay, what are the unique things which my recruitment agency is giving me nowadays? Our recruitment agency are giving only two things, is like, uh, this employee stays for 3 months, my fees is 7.5%. No, just make your model different. Now every company is giving me that. What are you giving me separately?
Correct.
If that employee stays for 3 months, I'm paying you, and then in the fourth month that employee is leaving, it's my loss.
Correct. As a company, it's a loss for you.
Yeah, company, it's a loss for me. How am I going to work in that particular aspect? So,
Correct.
yeah, I want to, like, I always look for agencies who are giving me something different, not by skills, because I know in market we have a good pool of course, good pool of skills, good pool of candidates which we wanted. It's
Right.
just that we don't have resources. That's the reason we are hiring a good hiring agencies who can give us that particular pool.
Hmm.
And in that particular aspect, I need a good benefits which you're giving it to me, rather than just giving me a candidate. And what are the unique things you're giving?
Correct. So tomorrow, if a recruitment agency wants to tie up with your company, right? What is that one specific thing which a recruitment agency must have?
Hiring a candidate, that time, the that time of hiring a candidate,
Okay.
that should be less. Like, if I'm saying that I want a candidate in 60 days, maybe in 60 days, in that 60 days the candidate should join. I
Hmm.
want that particular thing, because in the startup world it's a hustle thing, you know
Correct.
we
So,
cannot wait for 90 days or 180 days. No, we just want it, and we want a proper candidate. Like, we cannot make a mistake on hiring a wrong candidate again.
correct. So, as you spoke about that time, right? That if a candidate has to join the organization within 60 days, we want the candidate to join within 60 days. You as an HR manager, you also know that people often they take the offer letter, then they negotiate it with other companies, and at the end of it, they don't join back your company. Is there a way which you think that, okay, if I ask this particular question to a candidate, or if I behave in a certain way with the candidate, I can assure that candidate joins the organization? Or if I get an intuition or I get an update that, okay, this candidate is not going to join. Because there are a lot of candidates till the end moment, they will not say that I'm not going to join. The day of joining, they would be like, no, we are not joining today.
Right. See, my only thing which I tell my team members is be connected to that candidate. For example, if a candidate is joining in 1 month, okay,
Hmm.
I want my resource. If we have sourced that candidate, I want my resource, that resource should be connecting with that candidate for at least weekly, twice or thrice. Okay.
Hmm.
And if I'm hiring from some hiring agency, I tell that hiring agency very strictly that I want the communication to be happening with that candidate. You need any information from me, I like, from our side, we give our, like, that's how we deal. I deal with it, is like, I give the company information, I give benefits, what are the companies giving, and I try to engage them with a lot of things, so that they are actually not looking for an option, rather than just looking at what are the mails which I've got it from the company where I have already got an offer. I want to see that, that
Correct.
interest that are candidates. Yes,
Correct.
there can be, or I wouldn't say that it is 100% thing that my candidate does not join.
Correct.
It's like
Yes.
not like that, but yeah.
Mhm. Okay, got it. Because I think offer negotiating, I mean offer shuffling, wherein they take an offer from one company, go to another company, that has become very common after COVID. Maybe
And
because maybe because the virtual round of interviews has increased a lot, and
yeah, right.
you actually don't have to go to office and work. So now, what candidates are actually doing every Saturday, they are blocked with one after the other interview,
Right.
and then they are negotiating with each other,
Right.
with all the companies where they are
And
clearing
that's
the
a harsh truth. We should accept it. There is a competition between
correct. That is something which we cannot ignore as a human, because no candidate is going to take only one offer and going to join. At the end, we have to understand
even when we are assessing a lot of candidates to
that.
get one candidate, I'm sure that candidate is going to assess 2 to 3 companies while that candidate is joining you. So you should give that opportunity to that candidate, candidate who's not going to another company and researching about it, rather than he's researching about your own company.
Correct. So now as you have grown so much in your professional life, and you have reached this stage of career wherein you can inspire a lot of people, what is going to be your next move? Or what are the things which you're looking for to grow in your career further?
See, right now I've recently joined a new company called Nimcard
Mhm.
as a people partner.
Okay.
And yeah, I am looking again. I'm looking to grow myself in a very different manner, where I'm going for a L&D part. Since I'm a post trainer, I'm training my company. I'm getting my company certified there and everything. Like, a lot of things. Great place to work is in there.
Mhm.
Certifying my company as a great place to work. Certifying my company with a lot of good rewards and everything, which are in there, which are with competitions which are there in the market.
Mhm.
To recognize my company. Employer branding is there in a picture and everything. That's how
Okay.
I am looking, because that's how the world is going right now.
Right. So everybody has, every employee who joins an organization, they do a bit of a research on internet. So how do you make sure that your company is in a good books in the internet? I mean, what are the kind of
We ended the glass door and everything, yeah.
correct,
So
correct.
that's how the culture building setups, right? That's how the culture building setup works. Like,
Mm,
I wouldn't say that the culture building setup starts from the like it get culture sets up in one day. No, it sets up at
over a period of time.
every day. Like, it happens for every day. I'm not that type of HR who is going to go and tell my employee, hey, you have to write something in Glassdoor. No, it's
Correct.
your wish. That I am that type of HR who's going to create that culture, that employee is going to go by himself and write it on
Mhm.
Glassdoor. And yes, from my marketing team, I am going to tell my marketing team, hey, we have done this activities, we have done this, I know, achievement and everything. Please put it up over your social media
Mhm.
to so that other world know, like the external world knows about it. That's how it works. My internal employees knows, but I want the external
Yeah,
to know about.
correct. So you as a Archisha, when you said that okay, you have 8 years of experience, and if somebody wants to reach the kind of level where you have reached after 8 years, what are the kind of mistakes which you think that you have made, and other people should not make those mistakes in their career?
See, in the start of my career, I would say I was not that type of a uh, confident girl. No, I wouldn't say I was confident girl, but like while I was doing a task, I would always be on doubt whether I'm doing it correct or not. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Now today I say that don't be on doubt. Just recheck your work at least thrice before sending it to anyone. So
Mm-hmm.
that you're confident enough. Hey, whatever I've done is right. And don't be afraid of mistakes. It is human. We are human. We are going to do mistakes. Do mistakes, learn from it, and grow. That's it. I have done a lot of mistakes. I have, what I say, a minor mistake also might impact. In HR, a minor mistake impacts a lot. Okay.
Correct.
How am I going to improve it? I have to make sure that first check why did mistake, what happened, and what was the reason of this mistake. Okay.
Mm.
And then improve yourself. That's how the world works. That's how you should work, right?
Great. So I think we learned a lot from you in today's this session.
Thank you.
We learned about how to adapt technology, how to convince your seniors to adapt technology,
Yeah.
to deal with Gen Z people, and
Right.
yeah, what are the kind of mistakes which you should avoid. I think this piece of content is going to help people who really want to build their career into HR, specifically those who are saying, okay, I want 100% work from home. So that was a very important point which you cater to, that okay, don't look for only home work from home opportunity. Instead of that, look for an opportunity where you can learn things from people who are working in your organization or who are
Yeah.
doing something else. It doesn't have to be related to only and only into HR. Apart
Right.
from that, a very useful insight which was given by you to recruitment agencies, that the tap timing, uh, how quickly you can make the employee join the organization, how to keep in touch with an employee so that you make sure that okay, the chances of that particular candidate joining the organization increases. So these are a couple of important things which people can learn from this conversation. I hope you also had a great time sharing your knowledge. I think,
Yeah, it was great having a chat with you.
yeah, I'm
And
going, I'm gonna put this on our YouTube channel. People who might have questions about the career journey or about the process which you went through, they might put it in the comment section, or we will give them your email address. They could
sure,
probably link it to write to you, and probably you can answer their queries.
sure, sure. I'm available on my email ID, and you can give that to the world. Yeah.
So it was great connecting with you. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Great connecting with you also. Have a great day.
This should be said.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.